Nope. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? I've come to you to say hello. Just for once this evening. And bring you a creepy story about zombies. Trust me, it's more special than it appears. So, here's the way this works. I spent earlier today talking to my friend Amy about real-world zombies and how vastly different they are from the movie world zombies. No, this is not a boring rant. This is a legitimately interesting rant, okay? Here's the deal. So, let's start by a little backstory, okay? First off, I discovered that if you go fa la 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 num 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 num, you can scare the crap out of anybody. I'm just saying that is totally going on my checklist for things to do while caroling, because I think somebody freaking the hell out and pissing themselves on a porch is kind of awesome over a Christmas carol. Between that and going, oh hell, oh hell, oh hell, oh hell, I drank too damn much, now this bathroom's my cell. For Christmas caroling, seriously, that shit's awesome. By the way, I did actually write a Christmas carol about that. Maybe one day I'll upload a video of me and somebody else or a couple of somebody's caroling it for you, just for the awkward factor, because it's pretty fucking funny. And when I get my friend Brandon on here doing it together, we get really excited into it. And right about the point where it goes, oh look, here's the vodka and bourbon for taste. Shit's awesome. And yes, that really is a line. I'm just saying. Nobody trumps that shit for a holiday song. Because, seriously, if there's not a drink where bourbon and vodka are mixed together, there should be. In fact, there is. Throw some orange juice in there, and we call it a fairy princess. Why do we call it a fairy princess? Because anybody who orders something called a fairy princess and then has themselves handed something that looks like a glass full of shit water is going to be sorely surprised. And something about calling it a fairy princess to fool everyone is pretty fucking hilarious. Look at somebody and be like, I'm gonna go get myself a fairy princess, and come back with a glass, like a shot glass full of shit. And they're like, what the fuck is that? It's a fairy princess. You're like, what, did she shit in the toilet and just fucking hand you a glass of it? Yes, she did. Tastes like unicorn farts. But, no, but anyways, back to the zombies. So, basically the concept is this. Movie zombies are under a number of categories. Either A, they're really slow and they must bite you and then you get this zombie virus and either take forever to die and then come back as a zombie, or die in like seconds. Excuse me. No snoring over there, okay? I have to give backstory, otherwise it's not funny. And then you have other movie zombies that are like super fucking, you know, they have like vigor and energy and they run after you. And all they really got to do is get their blood on you. And then there's zombies like World War Z, where they were like balls out running after you. And like, basically it was like Mosh Pit Zombies 101. Except that it was a smart virus that didn't want the infected. That shit was stupid as fuck, okay? The whole rest of it was awesome, but really, that's almost as bad as curing zombies with love and zombies and fucking vampires sparkling in the goddamn sun. Okay? Vampires, if they were real, would not sparkle. They would probably slit their fucking wrists and hope to God that it actually worked. Okay? Seriously. But anyhow, back to the logic. So if real-world zombies existed, here's the logic of it. First off, real-world zombies couldn't exist if they were dead. There's no bacterium that can reanimate the dead whatsoever. Granted, apparently there's all kinds of chemicals that can give the dead an erection to the point that they can impregnate somebody, but that's a whole other rant, because creepy women that fuck dead bodies are just wrong. Anyway, not mentioning any names, but then there's like the concept that they couldn't actually die. It would have to be something that's in the proteins or in the saliva that would be conjected. It wouldn't be a virus that was like, oh, well, we don't want you because you got herpes. No, it just doesn't work that way. Oh, you've got HIV. Sorry, we're not into you. We're not into you. Can we just be friends? You know? And so, then you have, but when it comes down to it, realistically, these zombies are going to be like hopped up on shit. Basically like bath salt zombies, but way more badass, because they're going to have whatever's going on with them. Essentially, in order to create the zombie state, they're going to have to be like a vegetable. The brain stem's going to function, but the higher brain function's retarded, so they're not going to see anything. They're going to see blobs. They're going to hear, but not really understand what they're hearing, and they're going to be able to make noise, but they're not going to be able to coherently make words. So essentially you've got these things that are going... Now, they also have overactive everything, because that's basically there's nothing in the brain to regulate it. So now you have this hyperactive, adrenaline-fueled zombie that's essentially running you the fuck down, like full balls out sprinting for 3.5 days, no fucking problems, just like, hey guys, on your left. I want to see a zombie do that. And actually, in actuality, it'd be more like, and, but here's the kicker. Here's the funny kicker that scares the crap out of people. We have 3 instinctual needs: eating, self-defense, and, for those of you who are playing the home game, that's right, sex. Procreation. I don't know about you, but a zombie chasing me down is scary enough. But let's get realistic here. A zombie chasing me down with an erection is a lot fucking more terrifying, okay? If ever I saw in a movie, like, running along in a pack, one dude gets yanked off in the back of the pack out of nowhere, there's yelling off in the distance, and you hear the zombie going, and you hear the guy screaming for help, and then suddenly for a second it gets quieter, and you hear him going, no, 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 and then the dude screams louder and louder and louder in rhythmic pulses, okay? And the zombie's like, you know what's happening. It's just terrifying as shit to imagine that not only is the zombie going to chase you down to eat you, but it's also going to chase you down to fuck you. Okay, let me see the police report on that one. I was violated by a zombie and got up in me. Sir, we're going to have to check you for your DNA sample. What the fuck are you going to do? Search a dead body for a fucking jizz sample? Well, we do a lot of dad, and we can check them. We'll get back to you and say 16 to 18 years. Workload's a little high. Just saying. But the kicker about it, the really awesome thing, is that if a zombie virus did actually ever break out, the zombies would be non-discriminate. They wouldn't all of a sudden be like, you're another zombie? Sorry, didn't mean fuck with you. Like copacetic, cool stoner world. Fuck no. Not even close. They would be killing each other off. They'd be eating one dude, see a blur fucking run past their face, they would balls out, run after that fucker, leap on it from behind, and kill another zombie. Yes, you heard it here first, they would kill other zombies. Okay? And not only that, these zombies would be...
Excuse me.
Anyway, these zombies would be, like, balls out superhuman. You know how you have the concept of, like, zombies that have... or not zombies, but mothers that are to save their children have this adrenaline that pumps through them and makes them like superhuman, right? Okay. Now imagine these zombies with that same ability. Imagine the World War Z zombies in that fucking domineering, I'm gonna smash a window with my face and my elbow and my arm and my shoulder and my neck and my nose and my chin, and swear to God, if I've got a tooth left, I'm gonna gnaw through it as well. Okay? Those zombies, there's no protection from them. It's short of living in a fucking concrete castle. Because they're going to bludgeon each other to death just to get into you. Oh, that kind of goes right along with the zombie rape. Sorry, my bad, guys. Sorry to bring that visual back up. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, guys. I know I told you in imagery there that it's a dude that gets yanked off in the background and ass raped repeatedly. Probably like a zombie gangbang going on there. I don't know. They might gang up on a guy. Get all pervy. It's like having zombies on Viagra. It's more terrifying. Could you imagine that one? All the zombies. The zombie virus now causes another side effect. It's mutated. All of the zombies have erections.
Viagra would lose so much sales.
But worse than that. Now, I know we're looking at it from the male shoving a dick in another dude's ass perspective. But let's put a bright side. Hey, guys, y'all could get raped by a female zombie. That could go well for you.
Yeah?
It'd be a little awkward, because she might break your penis in grind mode. I'm just saying,
Or
there's a lot of
eat it.
adrenaline. Yeah, don't let her give you head. Don't go for the oral. Just saying, they bite by nature, and
Put a ball gag in it.
I don't think that would help. But they bite by nature, so chewing on the genitals would be like, oh, I'm giving head, and then out of nowhere their brain clicks, there's something in my mouth, I should eat this. You know, it's like a teeny tiny Sonic dog. I apologize. I know the average size of the penises of the world are between like 4.5 to 5.5 inches. For those of you who are well endowed, may have between 6 and 9 inches. And for the freakish people with baby arms, fuck you all. That shit's just wrong. And if you see these videos, you know who the fuck you are. Okay? Baby arm walking third-legged motherfuckers. It's still not a tripod, okay? But you're probably the only person that could do a literal cock push-up. Flex that fucker, be like, what's going on? Nothing. Hands behind the back, still going up and down. What's that I'm practicing? For what? Well, most people masturbate to practice sex. I do cock push-ups. The only dude in the world that could lay there with his hands behind the back, this chick could sit steady and watch her go like a bucking bronco because the dick is flopping around in her. Disclaimer, this video is inappropriate for children. You ever seen those cheesy B films where somebody's flopping around in the water because a shark's got them? Imagine that on a dude with a baby arm for a dick. 13 inches long and fucking... Seriously, that's like... goddamn. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Pun intended. Horny perverts. And you know what's worse than that? You know what the worst thing about all of that is? Is that the dudes who have dicks that size have like no fucking shame. And anybody that's got a normal sized dick, you can't. You don't want to see that shit. Because that's just kind of one of those moments where you want to look and go, oh. But you also have to realize that anybody they fuck has got to give a shit about them. Because either that or being like extremely fucked up shit. Like Coke bottles and things like that. Because, I mean, essentially that's like... That's vaginal abuse. Okay? If you're down for sticking a 13-inch fucking cock the size of a baby arm around in your fucking vulva trap, then, kudos. Just, you know. Anyway, zombies. So yeah, I'm just saying, real world zombies, not only that, they would kill off like 95% of the world's population in a matter of months, but the great news is, inside of a year, most of them would kill each other off. Just saying. They're non-discriminate. They would eat each other too. None of this, and then, oh, you're another zombie. Let's high five and do a 90s handshake, and then carry on. Look at that. There's a living dude over there. I can smell him. He farted. Seriously, he's over there, 2 blocks over, behind a dumpster. Bullshit. They don't go, I heard a fucking noise. 3 miles due west. Let's go after it. Or for you military folks, clicks. Okay? But pretty sure click is more than a mile, but whatever. You know, no fucking zombie's gonna have the conscious of mind to be like, huh, I heard a noise. They don't have fucking spidey senses. They hear or see something, they attempt to fucking go towards the sound, and that's about it. And if they don't fucking find it, they bump into cars and other shit and fall in manholes. And honestly, I think the hilarity would ensue when people start fucking videotaping torturing zombies. And not in like, I'm gonna rip your arm and limbs off, you know, all of that shit. Like, as in putting up obstacle courses and making a bunch of noise and making the zombies flop around through it. Watch, guys. I took the fucking high bar and put it at 3 feet. Watch what the fuck's gonna happen. Clang, clang, clang. 30 zombies trying to get around this fucking thing, flopping over it on top of each other. You wind up with a mound full of fucking zombies, and you've got that one Kenyan. Okay? By the way, that's how the fucking zombies are gonna run, like fucking Kenyans. No joke. Balls out, leaps over them all, fucking running. You're like, oh shit, that didn't work. What should we do? On the bright side, a gunshot will work after they bleed out. Downside is, you have to outrun them and survive them until they bleed out. Unless you shoot them in the face. In which case, kudos. You've officially made a zombie omelet. Just, don't eat it. It's probably still contagious.
While we're at it, how do you feel about Twilight?
Oh, really? We have to do that one? I think because I mentioned the sparkle vampires that you wanted me to do Twilight, where it's basically a fucking love triangle that they gave up on halfway through. I mean, seriously, if y'all paid attention to that shit, really? I was forced to watch those movies. Let me tell you something. The only thing worse than someone repeatedly 1,500 times through fucking numerous seasons of a fucking show going, suke, oh, suke. Let me tell you something. By the time I finished that goddamn show, I only watched 3 fucking seasons. It drove me mad. I wanted to find out who decided that her name should be pronounced Suke and smack their face with a fucking bulldozer.
I
Alright?
like that
I
show.
don't care if you like that show. I'm a dude. I have a dick. Most guys that are straight don't like that show. Again, my case exactly. Anyhow, but that fucking movie franchise, finger off the mic. Fingers off the mic. Thank you. Anyhow, so the movie franchise, they started out with sparkle vampires. The second movie, they had sparkle vampires. Third and fourth movie, where the fuck were the sparkles? What, did they just finally decided to dust off and clean off the fucking the fucking fairy dust from the goddamn strip clubs that they've been hanging out at? Seriously.
Which one's hotter, Jacob or Edward?
I don't give a shit. I'd like to make a human fucking centipede donut out of both of them. Not the literal people, just the characters. Because seriously, that's essentially what it was. Oh, Jacob, I love you. Oh, Edward, I love you too. Oh my god, I can't be without you, Edward. Let me kill myself.
No, Bella, don't kill yourself. It's horrible. It's a bad idea. It's dangerous.
I don't care. Ow. Seriously, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the midst of that, they should have pointed out that after the point that she hit her fucking head after falling off the motorcycle, the entirety of the rest of the fucking franchise was nothing but a hallucination in her head while she was in a goddamn coma. Because the rest of it was absolutely absurd. Vampires have special abilities. We can read minds, but one human can defy them all, and it baffles them. Not to mention, there's more fucking fake contact lenses in that shit, and it's not like it's good contact lenses where you just can't tell, you just don't know. No, fucker, the lenses were fake. The lenses were cheap because you could tell. It's like somebody with dark brown eyes wearing baby blue contacts and you can see the shit shining through. Oh yeah, I went there.
You went there.
I apologize to all of you wonderful twihards, okay? But let's be honest, okay? Anne Rice, Bram Stoker, those are beautiful fucking series of books and movies. Twilight works great as chick flicks. That's about as good as it gets. It was basically like feminine vampire porn.
So I guess...
Actually, it was more like teenage vampire porn, like back in like the 80s and 90s, before 12-year-olds started having sex and getting pregnant. Because back then, at 13, 14, and 15, females were still going, oh my god, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. No, I love you. My god. Check yes or no. All that shit, okay? Back before, they were like, oh my god, I love you. Here, fuck me. No, I love you. You should fuck me too. Oh my god, I love the football team. Let's run a train. Okay? Because I'm just being honest.
And I think your case on 50 Shades of Grey is the same thing, right?
50 Shades of Grey, it's not actually that bad, but it's also, it's kinky girl porn. By the way, girl porn are romance novels for the layman, okay? Those romance novels that have like 3.5 chapters, consecutively of sex, and then like they break off at the end of a chapter and then pick up 2.5 hours later in the middle of sex. First off, that shit only happens in pornos and when somebody's on something. Okay? If you're having sex 8 hours regularly, either your dude's doing something or something else is going on that's just not getting him off. I'm not saying it's you. Could be something wrong with him. I'm just saying. No offense, ladies. I did say I'm an offensive asshole. And if you've watched the other videos, you should know that by now. By the way, random Dr. Pepper placement. By the by, much better. Anyhow. My bad. Anyhow, so this ends my rant of awkwardness and zombies and sparkle vampires and weird, really weird shit. But remember, if the zombie apocalypse ever happens, you heard it first. Watch out for the erections. Special awesome.